Hello, design and modeling students. Hope you're doing well. Making a series of videos here to show you how to do the skimmers, okay? Because the videos on PLTW, I don't really love them. So here you can see I have this sketch open, which has our main body, our air scoop, and our fins, and we need to make 2 of the fins. Just know all the measurements are in inches. The dotted lines are lines where you fold, and all the solid lines are where you cut. So it's important to pay attention to those. Anyway, let's get started here. Some things you're going to need. Some folder paper. You'll need a ruler and a pencil. Okay, later on when you cut, you'll obviously need scissors, but for what I'm doing right now, I'll be just fine. So I'm going to adjust my camera down here so you can see what I've got. And I'm going to start by doing the main body here. Okay, nice and easy. It's 4 inches tall. It's 11 inches wide. It's got some dotted lines in here, about a ½ inch away. Those dotted lines turn into solid lines. So I'm going to show you how we do this. So the first thing I want to do is basically measure that body. And what's nice is if I do it in the corner here, if I can measure mine in the corner, then I have less to cut, okay, which saves some paper. So I don't want to come and draw my main body right in the middle. I already have some nice straight lines on the edge of the paper that I can use to my advantage, okay. So the first thing I do is I want to line my ruler up so 0 is right on the side, and I'm going to measure over about 11 inches, and I'm just going to leave a little mark. Okay, and I'm going to go up a little bit more on my paper here with my ruler, so it's lined up. I'm going to go over and leave another 11-inch mark. Okay, so now all I have on my paper, if you can see, it's over here. So I've got these 2 dots that are 11 inches from the side. So from here to here is 11 inches. Now what I can do is I can take my ruler and I can line it up so it is in line with both of those dots and the bottom of the paper, and I can measure up 4 inches, right? Because this thing is, the main body is 4 inches tall. Okay? And now you can see I have a 4-inch tall dotted line that is 11 inches from this side. Okay? Now what's really nice is I can just take my ruler here, put it sort of up against the side here, and I can just measure exactly 4 inches up. Okay? So now I have a little mark at 4 inches. I can take my ruler, line it up with that 4-inch mark, and line it up with the top of my line I already drew. And make sure I'm being really careful here. And I can just draw that line. Okay? So now you can see what I've got here. And it should hopefully look kind of like this main body. Okay? 4 inches tall, 11 inches wide. That's what I've got right now. Okay? Now what I need to do is go in and draw those dotted lines. Okay? So if we look back at the sketch here, they are 1/2 away from the edge. Okay, on both sides. So let's just start with that. I'm going to take my paper, I'm going to measure up a ½ inch from the bottom of the paper, and I'm just going to do a little mark, and I'm going to move somewhere else on the paper, line it up with the bottom, measure up a ½ inch. Okay, now you can see, hopefully you can see them, they're really light, but there's 2 marks, here and here. Okay, they're a ½ inch up. So I can line my ruler up with both of those now. Okay. Line my ruler up with both. And then I can draw a nice dashed line all the way across. Okay. My dashes aren't perfect, but you can tell what it is. Nice dashed line. All right. And I'm going to do the same thing now for the top. So I need to measure, line my ruler up with the very top of that line, measure ½ inch, make sure to measure carefully, and measure ½ inch, very nice. Okay, so now I've got my 2 dots ½ inch away. I can line my ruler up with both of those so it's lined up with both dots and with the side of my skimmer main body here, and I can draw a dotted line here. Your dashes don't have to be perfect. Mine aren't by any means. Okay, but you can see here now I have those dashed lines. Now if we go back to look at the main sketch here, you can see those lines aren't dotted the whole way across. They are solid right here because we need to cut a little flap on both these sides, and you can see that solid line is 3 inches long. So let's go back here, and I'm going to take my ruler and line it up with the side and line it up right along my dotted line. Okay. And I'm just going to make that line solid up to 3 inches. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Line it up with the side and with my dotted line. Okay, and make that line solid up to 3 inches. And you can kind of see I sort of went a little bit long, so I have to erase because it lined up just with the dotted line in the weird spot, which is okay. But here we go. Now you can see I have my dashed line, I have my solid lines, I have my outer body there. Now there's one more thing I have to do. If we go back here, that is this dotted line that needs to be folded, okay? And it just goes between my two 3-inch lines. So if I was careful drawing, what I can do is just line my ruler up, and it should be about 3 inches apart from one to the other, and mine is. So that's how I know I did it correctly, okay? Because if you think about it, the whole length here is 4 inches, and then we just took a 1/2 inch off on each side. 2 halves is 1 whole inch. So between our 2 dotted lines should be 3 inches, which it is. It checks out, and then I just do a nice dotted line in between there. And there it is. So if we look here, here's my main body. I have my full outer shell, and I used my nice corners that were already here, okay, from the side of the paper to make it way easier. All right. I drew my dotted lines a 1/2 inch away from the sides. I made that a 3-inch part of that solid, so I know where to cut, and then I made a dotted line here in between it, so I know where to fold on that line. So my main body is now done. Okay. I'm going to make more videos on how to do the skimmer and the fins, so check those out as well. If you have any questions about this main body, feel free to ask me. You can ask me in class, you can send me an email, leave a comment here on Google Classroom. I'm always happy to help you out. So good luck with this, and I'll see you later. Bye.